All righty. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And I'm just going to jump right in since I'm the first presenter for tonight. So my name is Debra Baez, and you can also call me Debbie. Either one is great. And thanks for joining us tonight, Thursday night. So I'm just going to share a quick tidbit about who I am, and then we'll get into what we're here to hear about, which is Arbonne and what that's all about. So I also have my script, by the way, which I don't always do the first part, so I might stumble at the beginning, but it's all good. So I've actually been building an Arbonne business for almost exactly to the date, 8 years. Wild. And also my 8-year-old daughter tells me how long I've been doing this because I started this business when she was just months old, literally. Now she's 8. And actually, Artey's the one that introduced me to this business, the products. I was a teacher formerly, so teachers in the crowd. I was a teacher, and that's why I'm like, as soon as I think it was Joan said she was a teacher, I'm like, bless you, thank you, because I know it's a job for sure. It's like 20 jobs in one, and you deserve like times 20 the pay, right? And I knew that was the case because I was taught about 7 years, and I also worked in higher education for about 5 years, so I only knew education before Arbonne. But I also knew that I did want a little less stress, to be honest, and I also wanted to be able to raise my kids. There were so many things that I knew I needed to change. And so I decided when Artey told me about these products, which you'll hear about, that I wanted the products because I was looking for something healthier for my baby. Now I have two, the 6-year-old and the 8-year-old. I was looking for healthier products. And the reason now in hindsight, I've realized through Arbonne's been a great personal development also and huge education in terms of health as well. But I learned that really the reason why I've always been interested in health and wellness dates back to me being my kids' age. So when I was about my kids' age, my father was in his 40s, as I am in my 40s now, and he passed away from a heart attack. And I share that because that's where my passion comes from, to share health and wellness with other people, to change our cycle of our lifestyle so that we're around for our kids and our grandkids. And that's really where why I love what I do, because there's a great connection to just living a long, healthy life. So, and then later on, you'll hear about the business, and that truly has kept me here after many years, and why I'm absolutely a lifer with this business. So onward to why we are here and Arbonne as a business and the products. So I'm going to focus a little bit more on what we do here. So again, I apologize. Okay, so I know we all have different wellness goals, right? But what we have in common is that we want to feel and look our best, right? So you heard a little bit about me. So Arbonne is a health and wellness company with over 4 decades of history. So it's almost my age. Anyway. Our brand philosophy embraces the connection between a healthier mind, a stronger body, and coming on if you don't mind. Actually, I can mute you also. Just because we're recording so everybody can hear. Thank you. So our 30 Days to Healthy Living program and products, it's a really great way to help people simplify while creating new healthy eating habits. And that's the part I love, is helping people through that. We're not experts at this, but Arbonne makes it so easy for us, which I love. We teach folks about what foods to take out that are not serving your body, and to eat more and of what we should be eating, and how to supplement using our products. Let me make sure I'm on the right slide. I'm double tasking right now. So this is how you do our 30 Days to Healthy Living program. So step 1, you get a list of foods to eliminate, and we provide so many resources, and we really do help guide people through all of this. So 1, you get a list of foods to eliminate, and which to include in your daily meal plans. Step 2, we help people through deciding if they're going to be drinking 2 shakes a day or 1 shake a day, plenty of water, and balanced meals. And we even help people through, what does a balanced meal look like? And I also talk to people about what their goals are, right? Because depending on their goals, then maybe it's 1 shake, maybe it's 2 shakes. If it's 2 shakes and even if it's one, I love for people to at least one of them, if they can, add in some more whole foods in there, right? Because this isn't about not eating and just drinking shakes. That's not what it's about. It's about learning what we should be consuming, and the shakes help make it easier, and they're healthy, right? They're a healthy version. You'll hear all about that. And we even give people shake recipes. Step 3, we encourage people, of course, to get moving, whether it's walking, distance, whatever it might be, running, walking the golf course like I just did with my kids. And I just did the walking, I didn't do the playing. It can help, right, with both physical and mental, and the mental side of what we do. And step 4, being mindful. The great thing about our body is, especially I think from the business perspective, it really helps us with the being mindful part, honestly, and we get to transmit that to our clients as well. So we help people with being aware of how we're feeling, the thoughts. Are folks feeling stress? What can they do to reduce it? Are they having food cravings? And what are some healthy snack options also available? So we also help people with, what's the hardest part? Okay, let me give you some more ideas on that. So it really, ends up being tailored to what people know and need. Step 5, get plenty of sleep for sure. And step 6 is important to track goals. So our guide, this is one of the pages, also helps folks track their goals. And it doesn't matter if the goal is for a day, for a week, or for a month. We really kind of help folks with, what that can look like for people. So this is what a well-balanced plate should look like. And it's important that you really do plan and prepare, because if it's not in the pantry, we probably will not have it. If it is there, we might have it, right, late at night. And really to prepare ahead to stay on track. Include whole foods, which includes colorful leafy vegetables. Also include dark leafy greens, lean or vegan protein, and healthy fats, which help absorb certain nutrients. So for example, omega-3s is a type of fat that is important for nerve, brain, and heart function. So onto the product side of what we do. These products just make it easier, and they're so great for our body and helping our body. So Digestion Plus is one of the products. This is a prebiotic, which is botanically derived from chicory root and supports a healthy GI tract, and it feeds the probiotics into the gut. The probiotics help support the intestinal microflora, and enzymes help break down carbs, fats, protein, fiber, and lactose to help support nutrient uptake from foods. My kids and I take this in the morning. It's a little packet, it's powder. I mix it in with the greens balance. You'll hear about that in a minute. And literally we shake it up in water and we just all chug it down. You can also put it into the shake if you want to, but that's the very first thing we do. And it's not just about keeping us regular, it's really about keeping us healthy from the inside out. So the next thing for a lot of people is often the protein shake. Now, if you're having a breakfast in the morning, hopefully following the 30 days plan, then maybe the protein shake comes later, right? Maybe at snack time or maybe for lunchtime. But for a lot of people, they do the shake next. And this is great because it's clinically tested and certified to have a low glycemic index, which means it tastes great and it won't cause a spike in blood sugar. And later on, you'll hear a little bit more about our ingredient policy, but all of our products meet the ingredient policy, which is great. So everything is vegan certified. I always tell people, you don't have to be vegan or vegetarian, but this is great for everybody, right? It's like we should all be having more plant-based, products and food into our bodies, right? So the detox tea, and real quick, the protein shakes also, not only can they replace 2 meals, they don't have to necessarily, could be a replacement for 1 meal, it could be one, snack, but there's so much more we can do with the shakes, which is awesome. I mean, people bake with them, make cookies, make protein snacks, make protein bars. My kids love ice cream, out of it. There's all kinds of things like peanut butter cups, right? They're all like renditions, right? So there's so much we can do with it, which is great because that helps satisfy my sweet tooth when I can use these for that. And right now we have pumpkin spice, limited time, by the way. So we also have the detox tea. For me, this is the next thing I do, because I do have typically a breakfast with the kids. And the detox tea, I mix it with my Energy Fizz first thing in the morning, my husband and I. The detox tea helps support the liver and the kidneys, and you can drink it cold or hot, and you can drink this after your Digestion Plus. I have it with my tea, with my Energy Fizz, like I mentioned. This is great for the liver, kidneys. It's like that thing in the dryer that you take out and you clean. It's doing that for your body in a way. That's how I visualize it. And how many of us are cleaning our we're doing the opposite typically of cleaning our liver and kidneys, right? We're doing a lot of the opposite. So the Energy Fizz is awesome. I just finished my second one of the day, but the Energy Fizz in the morning, I have it with my detox tea. You can have it cold, hot. Later on, I have the Energy Fizz just with, straight and just ice water. I often mix it with my Mind Health. This is like the favorite of everyone because it's a great substitute for coffee, sodas, anything that is probably not serving our bodies. And this doesn't have a crash. It doesn't have, so it's nice, refreshing, bubbly. It does fizz up, but it really replaces all that. And that's the great thing is that we're not telling people take all this out. Take out coffee, which is often like people are like, but we're saying, look, there's a great replacement and the replacements really help people. You can have, a friend just messaged me. She's like, I'm having 4 fizzies today. She's like, it's been a really long day. She's like, but I feel great. And I was like, all right. I might have 2. I usually have like 2 or 3. I think Artey has like 4 in a day, but I usually have 2-ish. But I think 2 or 3 is sufficient, more than sufficient. So the next thing here, you'll see 3 things, okay? These are the last 3 I'm going to talk about, and then I'll pass it over. So these 3, when folks are getting the set, there's my phone turning off. When folks are getting the set, you get to pick 2 out of these. So you get to pick from the Fiber Boost, the Body Cleanse, or the Grains Balance. So this is the Grains Balance I had mentioned. And remember, most of what we have is powder form. So it's great because it's also highly absorbable. Grains Balance, you can add a scoop to your shake. It helps fill that like nutritional gap, right? I mean, literally like more fruits and vegetables in powder form. It's like the best antioxidant on the planet. The Body Cleanse is really gentle for daily use. This is typically used for 7 days. Often, usually I tell people start it on like the 14th, 15th day. So it's like let 2 weeks pass of doing your 30 days and then start it on your 14th, 15th day. So the beginning of your 3rd week. And the Body Cleanse, you drink it for 7 days straight. You sip it throughout the day. Don't chug it all at once. It's all mild. You're not going to be running to the bathroom. I love it. It tastes like ginger lemonade more than ginger, but it's great. I mix it with my Energy Fizz because I'm sipping on my Energy Fizz all day anyway. And so the Body Cleanse you want to sip on throughout the day. It looks like Artey might be drinking it right now. It looked like it. And then the Grains Balance, I mentioned that already. So you get to pick 2 out of these 3 if you're doing the set. And if people are not ready, and I didn't say much about the fiber. The fiber helps support regularity, cardiovascular health, and it's heat proof, so you can add it to soups or sauces. The Fiber Boost is a powder, doesn't smell or taste like anything. You can add it to anything, including the protein shakes. All of these, honestly, other than the Body Cleanse, I like literally have sprinkled on like soups for the kids, like almost everything. So that's the 30 days. And here you'll see the set itself. We can always send you a bigger version of it. It shows everything I just went through. People get to choose, the flavors and all of that. So the breakdown, when you look at it, honestly, the breakdown for a preferred client or even a consultant, it's right around like $10 a day. And when you think about when people, tell me often, I feel like I'm saving money because I'm not going through a drive-thru. I'm not going through Starbucks, right? It's replacing 2 meals for a lot of people. But for some people, maybe it's 1 meal, or maybe the meal they're skipping, right? That's not great. And they're learning to eat more whole foods and what we should be eating. And lo and behold, when people are eating those clean foods, they realize that they're satisfied with less because it's more quality food, right? So that's what a lot of people discover, which is great. And if folks are not ready for the full 30 days, that's okay. We can tailor it to meet people's goals, and we can, set up something just for their breakfast or whatever it is that they're skipping, right? And regardless, personally, I try to help people as much as possible, even if they're not doing the full 30 days, with recipes and how can I link them to people that can help them with that type of stuff, or they go to the grocery store and they're like, should I be eating this? I'm like, oh, that ingredient there, right? That's gluten or whatever. So I try to help people through the whole shebang, even if they're not doing the full 30 days. So now I get to pass it over to Lupe Quintero, who's going to share a little bit more on the general picture of Arbonne.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Sorry, I muted you on accident. I meant to mute myself.
All right, we're good? All right, so let me start over. Welcome, everyone. My name is Lupe Quintero, and I have been an independent consultant for about 2 years now. I'm a veteran, a mother, and a wife, and I was a preschool teacher before, but because of all the budget cuts, I decided to pursue speech therapy instead and received my degree at Cal State Long Beach for speech language pathology. I was introduced to a parent, I was introduced to Arbonne by a parent at one of my son's school, Miss Artey Mendoza over here. She invited me to an Arbonne presentation, and after I attended, I did some research, and because it all sounded too good to be true, the product sounded great, the business opportunity and the business model and the compensation plan sounded even better. I wanted to know what I was getting into before I invested time and money. And when I tried the products, I immediately fell in love with them because I did see the results. That evening, I also learned that what you put on your skin goes into your bloodstream within 26 seconds. I also learned about Arbonne's ingredients policy versus the US policies. I decided to get involved with Arbonne for a few different reasons. First, because while I was in school, I met my husband. We got married, we had a baby, he's 6 now. I stopped working after our son was born because we wanted to raise him ourselves, so we were down to one income. But since our son was born, my husband has gone through 2 major surgeries and a work accident that caused him to make a career change, take a pay cut, and pursue a different degree. Another reason for getting involved with Arbonne is because 3 months prior, my then 25-year-old was diagnosed with testicular cancer. That was and continues to be one of the hardest and scariest things a parent can ever go through. It gave me a different perspective about many things, like being healthy, not taking my health for granted, death and illness. And it made me think that, I do want to live a healthy life for as long as I can for my kids. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our products. And Arbonne offers a wide range of consumable vegan products for the entire family. From our top performing categories, nutrition and skincare, to makeup, baby care, sensitive skin, hair care, essential oils, and body care. We offer products for everyone that delivers results. All products are cruelty-free, gluten-free, and vegan certified. Our not allowed list includes more than 2,000 ingredients, nearly 1,400 from the European Union, plus several hundred more that we don't use in any of our formulas across our categories. The true secret to aging well is living well. And this is our new Age Well skincare line that just came out. And the Age Well secret starts with the latest advances in skincare, science, and research. The Age Well set includes Silky Cleanser, Refreshing Toning Mist, Collagen Nurturing Serum, Enriching Eye Cream, Moisture Restoring Cream with or without SPF, and Intense Repairing Night Cream. What makes this system so great is our holistic ingredients, especially the Age Well trifecta. Bakuchiol, a plant-based retinol alternative, which helps reduce the look of facial wrinkles. Sustainable plant cell extract helps improve the appearance of skin radiance, elasticity, firmness, and texture by conditioning the skin. And stabilized vitamin C, which supports collagen through moisturization. All the products have a 45 money-back guarantee. So a little bit about the business and how this works. In 2018, an estimated 1.4 trillion of US income was generated by gig workers. Social businesses are growing. 92% of consumers trust recommendations made from the people they know. Social media helps us connect to people all over, and technology allows us to run online businesses globally from anywhere around the world. This is a 4.2 trillion industry, that continues to grow because global wellness is booming. People value clean skincare, well-being, and weight management solutions. This health and wellness online business has a low startup cost and is currently in the US, UK, Canada, Poland, Australia, and New Zealand. You work this business alongside your current career, school schedule, or busy lifestyle. Consumable products equals repeat sales. So what if you can earn a little extra money? Be your own boss. Choose who you want to work with. Set your own schedule and improve your overall well-being and help change people's lives. So now I will pass it on to Hortensia. Artey.
Thank you so much, guys. That was awesome. So the reason why thank you everyone for being on, and I hope that I can wrap this up in like 5-7 minutes, but I am super excited always to share the closing part, and it's because it has changed my life as Joan has seen it unravel. So I am super excited to be here. My name is Artey Mendoza. I am a regional vice president and independent consultant with Arbonne International. I was actually the first bilingual to achieve the VP level in 2007, which was pretty cool, but at the same time pretty intimidating. Why? Because the company was not ready for somebody like me to be a part of this huge growth that we're seeing today. And I say that in a good way. It was an opportunity, but back then, remember, we didn't have like awesome technology like Facebook and Instagram, so we can see other people like us doing the business. So it was really, I didn't really know business. That's not my background. I was actually, when Arbonne found me, I was a college student. I had no kids. I had been working in the medical field back then for 9 years. I was super busy. I wasn't very social, believe it or not, because I was always working or at school or sleeping on the women's studies couch. I was actually invited to a skincare presentation by my coworker, and I was skeptical as soon as I walked in that door because I had already tried several products, not only from the mall, but also from in-home products. And so I was there watching the table, and I thought to myself, man, I have a lot of homework. I had been struggling with acne-prone skin and eczema at that time, and I was on several medications, and I was also trying different methods. So that's why I got invited, but I didn't know. So my boyfriend and I, now my husband, we were actually looking for vegan products at the time. And keep in mind, 15 years ago, they didn't even have rice milk at Trader Joe's yet. Okay, so we were actually making our own rice milk because at that time, 2 years before Arbonne found us, my husband was trying to make his own milk. So he was doing it like horchata that we know how to make as Latinos, and without the sugar. So it was honestly a perfect timing. That night I fell in love with not only the company's philosophy, but really the ingredient policy, which is very strict guidelines, everything that you heard from Lupe. And then of course, I just fell in love with the people. You know, I went into this room full of positive energy. And I don't know about you guys, but I follow my instinct. I follow my gut. And so I'm a women's studies minor, and I saw here huge, you know, a lot of women, successful women, just bringing each other up. So I wanted to be a part of it. So yes, in Arbonne, you'll hear people say, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And so clearly I jumped in that night. I haven't looked back. I didn't know what network marketing was, to be honest. I've never done anything like this. I didn't even know I was going to be speaking one day with technology people. I'm not I don't think I was born to be a speaker, but I feel that Arbonne's personal development and of course hanging around with all these cool rock stars on our teams help each other lift each other up. So I wanted in. It's been the best journey of my life. I'm a loyal consumer consultant now for 15 years. If you come to my house, everything that I can't buy at Whole Foods or Sprouts, I have from Arbonne. So I'm loving it. The business opportunity, the reason why I love this part is because it allowed me to dream bigger. Back then I was in that rat race. I was feeling like I was drowning, like I was suffocating. I was having a lot of anxiety attacks. I was sleeping about 4 to 5 hours. And so back then I didn't even have it in my dreams to have a family, to be honest, because I was thinking in my head that I was always going to be in debt, trying to pay off my student loans. I'm the first person in my family to go to college, so I didn't even know about financial aid. I had a horrible counselor in high school who told me that I should be a manager at Taco Bell, so I became a manager at Taco Bell while going to school and paying for my school throughout the whole entire time, which is awesome. I learned about financial aid on my last semester of college, which is pretty darn like, man, I missed out an opportunity, but I was already doing Arbonne. So I love that with Arbonne, I was allowed to dream bigger. I allowed myself to start envisioning children in my future and paying off my student loans and becoming a homeowner in Southern California, where it's extremely expensive to live comfortably. I grew up in the Inland Empire, and my family always says, man, what you paid for this house, you could have totally bought 2 homes in the Inland Empire. And it's true, but I want to feel comfortable and I like the beach. So I'm super grateful for ARPA that it has allowed me to pay off all of our student loan debts. And I've been here now changing other people's lives, like Debbie's, and watching Lupe's as well change. So my life right now would be different. It would be compromised and I wouldn't have kids. So I'm super grateful, and I get to meet more lovely women like you and share this gift with you guys. So I get to close with how we earn some income, because you might be thinking, I'm not interested in this, but maybe you know somebody, right, who might be. And so I was taking notes at this part, thinking it was going to be for my sister, because I knew she needed a house, and I knew she didn't have a college degree, and I knew that she needed extra income. So here I am taking notes, and I'm thinking, wow, this is awesome. People nowadays, we didn't have this opportunity 15 years ago. This probably came about 8 years ago when Debra started. Commissions on our personal sales. What that means is when we share the discounts with people, it's now a preferred client program. You pay $29, and let's just say Debbie, Lupe, Tommy, and me sign up as preferred clients for $29. We get our 30 days to healthy living at a 40% discount. So theoretically, we get 2 meals for less than $9, on top of all the amazing other products like the Digestion Plus for our gut health, our body cleanse, our fiber, our green, everything that you just heard about, basically. So I thought to myself, I'm definitely going to jump in back then as a wholesale buyer, which is the consultant status, which is the next one. And so here I thought, I want the deepest discount. I'm a broke college student. And so I called my honey from that house that night, and I said, babe, I can get the biggest discount as a consultant. I don't know I don't think I have to do anything. And he was like, buy everything, because he was turning vegan. So he's like, buy everything. And he had cystic acne. So we were both like in need of clean products, and we were looking, and we found the right. It was just luck that I got shared these amazing products. So I never in a million years thought I was going to be doing this. Like I said, I didn't sign up and say, oh, I'm going to be a network marketer. Never. Okay. If you were to tell me that I'd be doing this when I was a kid, no way. In my mind, I always knew I wanted to help people, but I just wanted to help them with their health. So I didn't know that ARPA was going to be a part of me helping people, not only with their health, but also with some wealth in their pockets and helping them grow also. So we have an online business with $49 today. We get a website. When I started, we didn't. We also earn rewards and incentive trips at every level. I've earned several travel trips, family trips for my family that I couldn't afford before. I mean, there's no way. And so I'm glad that I was on these trips. They give you a little bracelet, and then my husband's like, we can get that, and that bottle we can open. I'm like, yeah, everything. I mean, it's just awesome what Arbonne does. It's a really great company, very giving and very supportive. So I love that we get treated for extra stuff as we're teaching people how to get healthy. And of course, I was mentioning the preferred client opportunity. When people get their 40% off, for example, as a consultant, we get paid as well for sharing that opportunity for them to sign up and become preferred clients. Now, that preferred client option doesn't give you an opportunity to make extra income, but at the independent consultant level, you can. And so I didn't know the difference. Back then, we actually didn't have a difference. Again, this program started 8 years ago, and it allows not only a consumer, a client, to get a discount, but also an independent consultant to get paid for doing the work, right? To teach and train other people to get healthy, which I love. And I don't know if you have another slide aside from this. you can go to earnings.arbonne.com, where Arbonne explains the steps of an opportunity that you have in front of you. You have the option to build like I did in Long Beach, and there's over, I don't know, 600,000 people in Long Beach that I haven't met yet. But when I do meet somebody who's super kind, and like I met Debbie at Trader Joe's right there off of Bellflower, and I was like, I have to tell her, like, she's been bumping into me and she's been talking to me. And when I heard her why, I knew that I could help her, lift her up, and help her be her own boss, because she was already doing a lot of stuff and it wasn't paying her what she was worth. And so I knew that already, being a VP with Arbonne. You can see the annual salaries, or annual earnings, I should say, on here. And yes, we get cash bonuses at every level, 100, 200, 400, 600, at every level. I became a regional vice president in 18 months. Doesn't mean everybody else does, but I can tell you that I was sharing with a lot of people because I was busy. I was very busy. I was at school or at work, and people who complimented me, I would say, oh my God, I'm on this stuff, and this stuff really works. And that's how we are naturally. We naturally share. If I see Joan drinking something that she loves or doing an exercise that she loves, I'm like, what bike is that? You know, because I really like it. Or I love Debbie's earrings. Debbie, where did you get those? And she'll refer me to Etsy or something, right? That's how I get my gym clothes too. So we are natural sharing kind of people, right? And when we love something really, really hardcore, we're going to share it even louder. And that's what I was. I was excited. In my late 20s, I found out about Arbonne, and I was super excited. So I guess I could say I went pretty fast to the VP level, but I didn't imagine myself there. I actually thought that this was going to be just on the side, a plan B to help my family, not only financially, but also help my sister get a home. And so when I was able to not only help my family, I was like, okay, now I could be selfish and think about myself and start paying my student loans. And so that's what I did. And that's what I love about it, is that it's not about you. It's about helping other people. So if you're like me, Debbie, Lupe, Tommy, I know you're out in Santa Clarita, and you're a hard worker like us, then you might want to start a plan B, because you never know what could happen, right? For me, this business was not for me. It was to help somebody else. But it quickly became on my vision board, I started seeing kids. So when I earned the white Mercedes that we earn as VPs, I went ahead and bought a SUV, because I was thinking I was going to have kids after I paid off all my debt. So our debt. So my husband, who was a high school teacher at the time, full time, he said, if you can get to the VP level, then I can go back to school and get another master's in history, because that's in Chicano studies. That's what he wanted, and become a writer. And so he did that when my son was born, and I was able to be the breadwinner of our family. So he recently just went back part-time, and I love it because I have full support from him, helping us with our kids, and also, you know, giving back. And giving back is a huge thing for me. I love giving back. It's something that I could never do growing up, or even, you know, as an adult, until I realized, oh my gosh, this could be for somebody else. So anyway, long story short, if you decide to join I don't know who invited you, but the person that invited you is paying you a huge compliment. Or maybe they see that you can use this not only opportunity, but maybe the products, and they want you to be healthy. Because I don't know about you guys, I just posted something that Slater, I can't remember that guy's name, Slater, the first name, Steven Slater. he's a skater, I think, or surfer. Anyway, he said, you know, if you don't invest in your health now, then you're going to be forced to pay for illness. And you don't want your kids to be taking care of you. And that always has been my fear, that I don't want to fear the wrong things. I want to fear the right things and do something about it and be proactive. So I feared, growing up, we didn't have much money. So I feared not having any money. So I, in my head, had decided I was never going to have kids. Later on, I feared, I feared that what if I get laid off? I never know if that could be, you know, a security anymore. So I always fear the right things is what I'm saying, because you just never know. In our life, you know, we never know. Our life is not, we could plan it, but it might not go a certain way, correct? So hopefully you heard something here that you liked, and hopefully you get back to the consultant that invited you. And we hope to see you on this healthy journey with us. Thank you guys so much for listening. Any questions?
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, if anybody has questions, we can stay on for a bit longer and I will stop